everyone, my name is Ken, and today I'm going to be sharing with y'all a video that's a little different than usual. I'm going to be showing y'all how I made the beat to the song Blood by Sara. It's a beautiful song from her EP Almost Acoustic. I really love it, so if you haven't checked it out yet, I totally recommend it. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional, so there might be a few things in the original arrangement that I missed in mine. Additionally, my mixing isn't the best, but I think it works, and it was just a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy it too. Alright, so jumping right in, I started with a chamber choir synth, and it's really just holding one note throughout like the entire introduction, first verse, pre-chorus, to create a little ambience. Alright, next up is the backbone of the entire song, the piano. The piano is actually playing a pretty repetitive part. It's the same rhythmic structure throughout the entire song. It just changes bass notes and such to account for chords. And they add octaves in the chorus and pre-chorus sections to give it a little bit more depth and anticipation. But overall, it's a pretty boring part, but it sounds really pretty. So this is all happening with a pretty basic heartbeat sort of kick beat that's happening. It's very simple and minimalistic, and so it sort of lets you focus on the other instruments more. Once you get to the pre-chorus, a pad is introduced. I used the classic pad because I really liked how it sounded. It's basically playing the chords and giving the song overall more depth as we're approaching the chorus. Additionally, a sort of cello synth is introduced as well to give it a little bit more rhythm and anticipation as we edge towards the chorus. So getting into the chorus, this song calls for a strumming guitar sort of sound, and I really can't play the guitar, so I used the acoustic guitar synth and had it play the chords in sort of a strummy rhythm and added a stereo delay to give it a little bit more echo and make it sound like it's actually strumming when you hide it behind the other instruments. Moving on, I wanted to make the sound a little bit more full in the chorus, so I added strings. I used the pop string synth, and you gotta be careful with the synths for strings in Logic because they do tend to lag a little bit. So they're basically just playing the chords with some added scale degrees to give a little bit more tension to the chorus. I really like it later in the song, in the last chorus outro section, where they're playing even higher harmonies to give it very dramatic, like a very dramatic, climactic sort of feel to the piece. And so we do have those high-flying parts in the chorus, so we need to balance it out with some bass. And so I use the infinity pad and the heavy sub bass synths to really build the foundation for the chorus section. And the infinity pad is playing that lower green section, and the heavy sub bass is playing that higher bass section. And I used both synths just to give the bass a lot more depth and fullness. Additionally, there's a little altered marimba synth sort of sound that's added in the chorus, but you don't really notice it until the second verse. It's added to give a little bit more rhythm and a little mystique ambiance to the song. So we do use the orchestral kit a couple times in the song. Here I'm using the rolling cymbals to really mark a major transition in the song, like introducing the chorus. You really just gotta make sure that the peak of the sound matches up with the downbeat of the measure in order to get that effect. And lastly, we use the shakers instrument on the orchestral kit once again for the final chorus and outro section to give it a little bit more rhythm, and that's about it. So overall, it's a pretty simple song as far as composition is concerned. It's a very pretty piece though, and I totally recommend listening to the original. So one thing to note, I did not include the rap section, but to add that in, you would basically copy-paste the section from the second verse all the way until the end, and paste that immediately after where I left off, and that's about it. So that's my arrangement for the song Blood by Sara. I hope it was fun. I hope it was helpful. Just remember, I'm not a professional. This is everything that I was able to hear from the original arrangement, but it might not be everything. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I upload new videos on the first and third Mondays of every month, so stay tuned. Check out my other videos, but for now, here's the final product of the instrumental. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.